The number one reason teens don't get enough sleep at night is homework.
Cell phones and electronics are the second largest reasons why teenagers do not get the right amount of sleep.
Another cause of sleep deprivation in youth is socializing with friends.
Dude, when I count to 3, what was the last time you really wanted to say? 1, 2, 3.
A huge part of teenagers' inability to get sleep is their participation in sports.
Most teenagers blame their lack of sleep on the early start times for school.
We're gonna be late. I can't.
Local teens are not getting enough sleep. Havoc reeks the streets. This is Nathan Lafferty investigating the problem, interviewing teenagers far and wide. Are you more tired in the morning?
Yes, I'm actually crawling around the bathroom because I'm too tired to get up.
Do you fall asleep in class?
Only every day.
How many hours do you think you sleep every night?
Probably about 7.
Do you take many naps? How long do they normally last?
Sometimes in 30 minutes.
Do you have trouble getting out of bed in the morning?
Well, yes, I do. You see, my mom nags me.
What time do you go to sleep?
Between 10 and 12. I like to stay up after I do my homework, which ends about 10:30. So.
Okay. Do you think you oversleep?
No, not really. I'm homeschooled, so I have my own sleeping schedule. So I usually wake up about 8.
How many hours do you think you sleep every night?
Probably 7 to 8 hours.
Do you have trouble getting out of bed in the morning?
Yeah, every morning.
Every morning. Do you fall asleep in class?
Yeah, every day.
Do you think you oversleep?
No, I definitely never, ever get time to oversleep, so no.
Okay. Do you have trouble getting out of bed in the morning?
Every morning, yeah. I hate it.
America, now you've seen firsthand the struggle is real. We'd like to thank all the troubled children that we interviewed here today for giving their answers. This is Nathan Lafferty signing off.
Taking 20 to 30-minute cat naps after school or practices helps to refresh you.
It's important to curb your caffeine intake when trying to get a balanced night of sleep. Caffeine throws off your internal clocks and keeps our brains active late into the night.
It's important to avoid bright artificial lights when you are going to bed. This includes cell phones, readers, iPads, and television. Light signals the brain as to when it should be awake or asleep. The dimmer it is before bed, the better.
Hi, I'm Hannah Bogue, and I'm here with Dr. Levy today to talk about teenage sleep deprivation. Our first question for you is how many hours a night an active teen should get?
Well, technically, an active teen should probably have anywhere between 8.5 to 9 hours of sleep a night. But from a practical standpoint, with all demands today of teenagers with extracurricular activities, extra homework, a lot of studying to do, maybe somebody having a job to work at after school, it doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day for that teenager to get that proper amount of sleep.
Our next question for you is what is the best way to make sure you get the sleep you need with all of these activities?
Well, the best thing to really understand is that we have an internal clock inside ourselves, and it's called circadian rhythm. And generally, light stimulates us, which is why we wake up, and generally dark slows us down, which is why we want to go to sleep.
Also, what are some symptoms of sleep deprivation in teenagers?
Well, one of the big side effects or problems that you see with sleep deprivation, of course, is lack of concentration. I'm sure we all know that there's times, especially probably after lunch, where we all want to take a little snooze during our English class or during social studies. But what really happens if somebody has sleep deprivation for a long period of time, it's going to be a lack of concentration. They're not going to be able to concentrate on what they have to do. The other thing that we do see, of course, is mood swings. Our emotions are dependent on how we feel. And if we're feeling tired or sluggish, that's going to affect our emotions also.
Should teenagers take naps, and if so, how often and for how long?
Naps are not a bad thing, but we have to remember that circadian rhythm. We don't want to upset the balance between when we should be awake and when we should be asleep.
Thank you. How can a teen better regulate their internal clock or the circadian rhythm?
Well, as I mentioned, a teenager or anybody has to understand that their body's an internal clock. And sleep is food. It's food for the brain. And when you don't have food for the brain, you get what's called brain drain.
On a more positive note, what are some of the health benefits of getting the sleep that you need?
As far as getting enough sleep, I think the number one thing is motivation. If you feel good and you're rested, you feel like doing more things. And when you feel like doing more things, you're going to be more active and probably more attuned to what you have to do.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today and for answering all of our questions. Have a great day.